That's all right. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Live at 5 here at Old Town Quilt Shop. I'm Stacy. Um, I wanted to show you the new quilt that we have hanging on the wall here. We always like to show off our new samples because I wouldn't say that they're few and far between because I feel like I'm working on a sample all the time, but it's always exciting when we get something new up on the wall because it means that we've finished something and we're always pretty excited about it. And this is called April in Amsterdam. And of course we have the pattern and we have the beautiful fabrics. I love this border fabric here. It's very, of course, it's April in Amsterdam, so it's very Dutch. Got that Dutch kind of feel, that Holland feel, with the little birdies and the butterflies and of course the pretty tulips. So we just always like to show off the new things that we have here hanging. So if you haven't been in, this would be a good time to come in and check out the new sample that we have up on the wall. And then of course, since we have something new up, that means we've moved other things around and shifted stuff. So it's always a good time to come in and, just check out and see what's different and new and maybe moved since you've last seen it. So this is April in Amsterdam. It's a blueberry quilt pattern and it's very easy to make. And the finished size of it is 60 by 60, 58 by 58, right there on the cover. Alrighty, so now that we got that out of the way, we can talk about what new fabric we have in, which we have all kinds of fun stuff. We even got Christmas. I know, it's only April, however, we did happen to get Christmas. So we were just talking before we got on the live here that, normally you would say April showers bring May flowers, but we were saying that April breezes bring many sneezes. That's kind of the weather that we're having right now. If you were to look outside, it would be like we were in Kansas because it's extremely windy here and it's just blowing up all of that pollen and everything because of all of that lovely rain that we got. Now the flowers are blooming and so the wind just makes all that pollen scatter all over the place. So I know people are dealing with allergies and everything. So April breezes bring many sneezes. That's what that's our new little phrase here. Okay, fabric, but first, shop hop or shop tour, however you want to say it. So we're just going to talk about this every single week, but the important part is May 1st. So here is the flyer for the shop hop. But what you want to know for May 1st is that's when our premium passports go on sale. Premium passports are $15. What that gets you is this wonderful custom bag. This is canvas. It is printed on both sides, so it's a very nice bag. It's deep, it's nice and deep and big, and it's just a very sturdy, it's a good shopping bag. So if you want to take this on your shop hop and fill it at every shop if you'd like, but at least fill it after the whole thing. That would be lovely. And then, keep using it and you can use it for groceries and, throw it in the wash and get it all nice and clean. But this is what you get when you come and pay for your premium passport. So you get the bag right off the bat. Then you'll also get a lanyard, a little plastic sleeve so that you can put your passport in. We will be giving you the premium passport then. You have to hang on to it. And then at every shop that you visit during the shop tour, so on June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, you will also get a custom designed, one-of-a-kind enamel pin at each one of those shops because you have your special premium passport. So that's what that $15 gets you. Of course, if you don't get a premium passport or you don't feel like you need the bag, although why you wouldn't need the bag, I don't know. But if for some reason you decide not to do the premium passport or you can't get a hold of one, there are still the free passports that you get, when the shop tour starts. So on that first day of the shop tour, Friday, June 2nd, then you can get the free one. But you won't get that pin, you won't get the bag, you won't get all the special, goodies that come with the premium stuff. So, but May 1st, 10 a.m., most of the shops will be starting to sell their premium passports at 10. But check with the shop that you're going to get it from. But every shop has 50 premium passports. So that means get here early. If you are buying for more than one person, which you can, we would appreciate if you had the names of people who you're buying for so that we have a list in case someone forgets one or gets lost and we, have a reference point. But get here early. It's $15. That's all we're opening for that Monday morning. It is a Monday. We'll reopen the shop at 3 as normal for, regular shopping, but 10 a.m. for just the premium passports. We usually sell out pretty quickly, so you might want to get here early. There are a couple shops who will be selling them on their websites, but I think they weren't going to put them on their website until after they got through the people that were at their door in the morning. So just kind of double check that. I think it was Super Buzzy, Orange Dot Quilts, and Quilter's Cupboard are the 3 that I know of that we're going to be selling them online. Possibly Grant House, but I'm not sure. But you can check with those individual shops. But check with us first, of course, and then you can always phone us later in the day, and we'll kind of keep track of which shops still have passports if the shop that you happen to go to doesn't have any. Okay, so that's shop tour. That's June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th is the weekend of the shop tour. So if you're planning on coming, get your hotel rooms now. That's rodeo weekend here, so there's always lots of people in town for us, but plan ahead. Okay, now let's get to the good stuff. That wasn't good enough. Let's get to fabric. So I'm actually going to rotate both of these because they are both directional in that way. But these are called Indigo West, and they're from Alexander Henry. So he is kind of known for his larger scale prints. So we have the turtles, Turtle Bay. They're kind of on this really cool textured blue. It's like a real deep blue going through, and it's a pretty true blue. And then these gorgeous turtles. They look like they've got little spikies on their shells. Just a lot of detail in these. They're really cool. So I'd make a cool back for a turtle, or just a really fun quilt for someone who really likes turtles. 3-yard quilt, or you could fussy cut these. It'd be fun for like an I Spy. If you fussy cut the turtles, it'd be really cute. And then the other one is palm trees, and these, or it's called Isla Vista, but it's all palm trees. So this is more like that vintage Hawaii look, or vintage tropical, I should say, but reminds me of Hawaii. But they're just really cool. Again, you've got that deep, deep navy blue background, and then that kind of more creamy color as opposed to a white color. It gives it that more vintage look. So unfortunately, they are both directional, but we quilters, we learn how to adapt and we figure it all out. But those are called Indigo West, and they're from Alexander Henry. And then we have Hooray from Patrick Lowe. And we just couldn't get through a show without having dots of some kind. These ones happen to be square dots. There's circles in there too, but they're predominantly square. So this is just a fun little line. I love the little selvage with the colored squares on there. They make them fun. So if you're doing a party table topper or napkins, or just a fun party quilt that maybe the birthday person gets to keep their month of their birthday or something, this would be really fun. Or just for any kids quilt or anything that you need to have some, those bright primary colors. This is really cute. And it's on depending on what you have it next to, a fairly true white background. But it's got all those it's got the red, orange, yellow, green, purple, pink. It's got all of those colors in there, and and a mixture of the squares and the dots as well. So lots of fun. So Hooray from Patrick Lowe. Okay, also from Patrick Lowe is Fanfare, and this is a really good texture. So it's got like these sticks. They remind me of like the that game Pickup Sticks, all those little sticks that you just kind of scatter all over the place. So that's, it's got these kind of lighter colored sticks, and then you've got the darker dots. Can't get away from dots, but they just have really good texture. So it's more than just a reeds as a solid, but it just has some nice texture. So these would be really good as precuts. And what do you know? We got precuts. So in addition to the orange and the teal, turquoise, aqua, whatever you want to call it, gray, and charcoal, we also have 2.5-inch strips. So there's 40 strips in there, so you get the full range of colors in the collection. All of those in there. And then we also got the fat quarter bundles, which have 18 fat quarters in them. So if you've got a pattern that takes fat quarters, then this would be a really fun one to use, because you've got all the colors in there. And then of course we do have some of these in yardage, so if you needed a border for something, then you could pick one of these, or a background, you could use the gray. So that's all of those. We even have this pattern here called Calliope that uses the fanfare collection. So this actually takes 2 fat quarter bundles to make this, and it looks super complicated, but it is not. It is literally just 60-degree triangles. I won't scare you with how many of them, but this is how it's all planned out. So those of you who have done any Jaybird quilts or Krista Moser quilts will be familiar with how this is constructed. It looks a lot more intimidating than what it really is. I'm super excited. I really want to do this one. I think it'd be really neat. We do have other collections that this would work with. Fanfare is a great one. You could also do it out of Starlet or a Jot Dot or a Spotted. Those are some great collections that this would work with, you know, because you kind of need a light, a medium, and a dark, or at the very least a light and a dark, and then you can pick something else to go in there as the medium. But fun pattern. It's called Calliope, and it's $16. This is designed, though, by Patrick Lowe. Actually, no, it's not designed by Patrick Lowe, but it's featuring the fabrics of Patrick Lowe. It's actually designed by Quilters Clinic. So, again, fanfare, and we have the 2.5-inch strips, and then the fat quarter bundles. All right. And I did mention that we got Christmas, our first bolt of Christmas for the year so far. Hopefully we won't get any more for a little while, but because I'm not ready for Christmas yet. But this is called Christmas Time, also by Alexander Henry. And again, it's the large scale fabrics. So I'm going to open this one up so you can kind of see all the fun things on here. And this would be a fabulous placemat fabric, napkins. If I can get that little corner. Look at how fun these are. So it's called Merry Mugs, but it's all like the fun treats at Christmas. You got the macaroons, and you've got hot chocolate, and you've got, you know, the gingerbread cookies and candy canes and fun little cupcakes and the peppermints. So just so many yummy things. You just want to eat it up. If you needed a fun, festive tablecloth for the kids' table, this would be a really cute thing to do, or napkins for them, or little placemats, or just make a really fun quilt. I think it'd be great. I love this one. Anyway, this is called Christmas Time by Alexander Henry. Okay, that's it for fabrics. Now we have patterns. So we have the long-awaited Telescope by Jaybird Quilts. So she's got it made with Tula Pink, the neon, I think it's called Everglow, line of fabric. We didn't get it, but I happen to know where you can. You can get it at Super Buzzy. They got the full collection. But this uses her fussy cut shapes, the Jaybird fussy cut shapes, and the sidekick ruler. But she also includes the templates for it in here. But what it is meant to do, I don't know if you can see at all, but like this one here, you're actually fussy cutting some of these things. So, you know, if you're familiar with Tula Pink fabrics at all, she's got, you know, the funky little animals and things in there. But you can even do it with florals, or just any fun fabric that has a print in it. And you're fussy cutting all these little guys in here, and then, you know, combining them with some stripes to just make this really fun quilt. No Y seams. That's the other thing. There are no Y seams in here. So these are the rulers that it takes, the fussy cut and the sidekick, or I think the super sidekick. But that's what it takes. Bunch of fat quarters for the lap size, half yards for the queen. I know where you can get that specific fabric if that's what you want. We didn't get it, but you could certainly make it out of other things. And you can kind of see here where this little piece has been fussy cut out of fabric, and then used with the stripes and the dots, and really cute. This is just a really fun pattern. So anyway, that's called Telescope. And then we also have this cute banner called Cut, Sew, Press, Repeat. Now this is applique. I believe it is meant for machine applique. You could probably convert it to hand if you really wanted to. Why, I don't know, but just a fun thing to have in your sewing room, or to gift to someone to hang in their sewing room, or maybe gift the pattern to someone who has everything. Make them do it themselves, or someone who really enjoys applique. This would be kind of fun. It's just really cute, and it's not very big. it only ends up being 15 by 30. But just, you know, cute little details in here with the thread and the little knobs. So a lot of fun. Not difficult to do. Is this the one that you did? Yeah. So we will have a sample of this soon. It is in process right now as we speak. Earlier today, probably. So that's cut, sew, press, repeat. Okay. And then we're probably totally behind the times on this, but I saw this used last week and thought, I've got to have this. So this is a bodkin, and probably all of you people who are much, much older than I and have been sewing for eons and eons, longer than I have, go, oh, I know what a bodkin is. I have one of those. I've never used it. However, or if you've done clothing. However, for my bag people who do straps and you need to pull webbing through it or you need to pull something through it, this is fabulous. I have just been using a large safety pin, and you shove and you pull and you shove and you pull, and then you gotta, sometimes you lose the safety pin, sometimes you undo it, but it's, the bottom is too far down, you can't get the safety pin out, or on and on and on. I saw this used and I thought, oh my gosh, this will make my life so much. We have to have these. So for all of my By Annie people, you are going to want one of these, especially if you are doing in control or if you are doing any large bag that has a strap that's ages long. You will want a bodkin because, trust me, it will help tremendously. Okay, what else have we not covered yet? So tomorrow, which is Thursday, April 20th, I am going to be doing, speaking of By Annie, I'm going to be doing a By Annie trunk show at the Napomo Guild. It starts at 9:30 in the morning. I will be the program speaker, so I will have a display of all of the By Annie things that I have made. Also one of, our employees, Linda, things that she has made. So I'll be talking about all things By Annie, and then of course we'll have, some of the stuff to sell, patterns and notions and whatnot there. So if you have nothing better to do tomorrow morning, then come and see me at the Napomo Guild meeting. All the information will be in the newsletter, time and address and all that kind of stuff. So come up and see me and say hi. And if you don't know about the By Annie products, it's a good chance to learn, to see, to touch, to feel, so that you can kind of see why we are so passionate about them and why we talk about them all the time. So, alrighty. Well, if there's nothing else, then I guess we will see you next week. Have a great day.